God damn, bro. The video already starts out with me fucking doing that. Oh my god. Anyway, Dragon What If's here. So, my first What If, my first video. So, anyway, this is what if Deku had electro buff. Basically, what electro buff is, it enhances the user's, physical strength. You know what? Basically, one fall on massive amounts of steroids. Basically, one fall on massive amounts of steroids. So, yeah. So, how can I? Izuku Midoriya was born with this quirk. So, at the age of 4, Bakugo Katsuki got his quirk. Little shit. Anyway. Bakugo. Bakugo started showing off his quirk, saying it was the best, but Deku unlocked his. As electricity started crackling around him, all the kids were amazed with his quirk. Well, Bakugo wasn't too happy with this. Bakugo went to explode Izuku, but Izuku, he, may or may not have dodged it and tried and threw a punch at Katsuki, basically injuring his jaw. And keep in mind, this is a kid. The teachers came over and saw what happened, and they called their parents to go investigate. They called their parents to take their kids to the quirk doctor. So when Izuku got to the quirk doctor, the doctor explained what Izuku's quirk was. So yeah, let me give a more thorough explanation of electro buff. Electro buff basically enhances everything that the user has. It also increases the user's sight, strength, and intelligence. Sight, strength, intelligence, and reaction time. So yeah, the doctor was explaining this. Enko was pretty shocked since she has a weak telekinesis quirk, and he says she has a firing quirk. And yeah, as time later went on, Izuku discovered that his quirk can be a danger to himself and others around him. Basically, that was his electro buff at a weak version. Basically, if Izuku was to put everything, mind electricity crackle around him. If he condensed the electricity in one point, let's say his arm, he puts all of his electricity into his arm and throws a punch. It can basically split the ocean. So yeah, but at a very, very, very bad cost. He did this one time and he almost disabled his arm. So yeah, he promised himself he wouldn't do that, only in dire situations. As time went on, Electroball started to get stronger with him. So yeah, as you can imagine how that went. Every time Bakugo challenged Deku to a fight, he'd always, result in losing. So yeah, time skip to middle school. Yeah, I know it's a massive time skip, but whatever. Time skip to middle school. Teacher came in, said, so teacher said you're gonna have to fill out applications to see where you want to be in the future. But he just ended up throwing the shit, he just ended up throwing the papers in the air and saying, I already know you want to be used. Everyone started using their quirks, except for Bakugo and Izuku. So, teacher went on to read that Bakugo and Izuku wanted to go to UA. Bakugo wasn't too happy with Izuku wanted to go to UA. So she exploded his desk and same thing, and everything. Izuku's kind of a pacifist. He mostly doesn't like fighting. So, as Izuku was walking home, electro buff all of a sudden was activated on itself, and the sludge villain tried to jump at him, but Izuku ended up dodging, and the sludge villain ended up saying, "Oh, a nice to meet you. Give me your body, kid. So as it sludged and tried to jump at him, Izuku just ended up dodging and throwing a punch, resulting in the sludge villain, being splattered all over the tunnel. Few seconds later, All Might comes around, says he is here, but my boy's late to the party. But yeah, anyway, he is here. Oh, you already deal with it, young man. Well, good job defeating the villain. So, All Might just, started picking up the sludge van, and Izuku asked if, he could get his autograph, since Izuku is kind of confident in his quote that he can't get in the UA. But All Might ended up asking for an explanation on his quote. And no, Izuku will not be getting one fall. He's already OP. Anyway. So, Ahmed ended up asking for an explanation on Izuku's quirk. Izuku ended up explaining what his quirk name was and what it can do. All Might was very intrigued and thought it was a copy of One Fall. So All Might gave him his credit card and asked if he wanted to train with him. Izuku obviously said, this obviously being the number one hero, he said yes. So All Might said meet him at Dagobah Beach. And All Might ended up jumping away. Izuku, ended up walking home. But for plot convenience, let's say I might, jumped away with a little bit too much force and ended up dropping his sledgehammer. Izuku heard the explosions and went to investigate. Finding out it's Bakugo, he ended up rushing in. The villains tried to capture him but failed miserably. Bastards. Anyway, failed miserably as Izuku charged a bit of his electricity into his arm, and this was already not a good idea. And he went to throw a punch, creating the exact same thing All Might did, changing the weather and everything. Everyone was baffled at this. And the media swarmed Izuku, but he eventually got away from them with with the help of the heroes, but they ended up scolding him once he was away from them. And praising Bakugo over it. Fucking dumbasses. Anyway, ended up praising Bakugo over his quirk. Izuku didn't mind it, and he just ended up walking away. A few seconds later, All Might popped out of nowhere. This nigga real, bro. All Might popped out of nowhere and asked Izuku if he wanted One Fall. Well, you know what? Should I give Izuku One Fall? I mean, he's already overpowered. You know what? I'm gonna decide this next episode. I'm probably gonna let you guys decide. Anyway, yeah. So, Deku ends up training with All Might for the past 10 months and getting a bit better of control of his electro buff. And you may be asking what I mean. It basically means that his arm, he got a bit better at using it or increase his percentages. Right now he was mainly around, let's say, 5%. Now he's at 10%. And 5% already created shockwaves, and 10%, well, let's not get into that type of shockwaves. But anyway, yeah. Time skip to the entrance exam. Izuku was walking and he ended up tripping. And he did not fall. He did not fall face first because he stretched his arms out and caught himself just in time before his face went splat onto the concrete. My boy almost ate concrete that day. Anyway, time skip. As I said, electro buff increases his intelligence, so yeah. Wasn't Mike, after the written portion of the exam, they went out and Prison Mike explained what to do. What to do. You might haven't watched my hero in a long time. Gonna have to watch that again. Anyway, President Mike ends up explaining about the how the point system works and everything like that. Leader this time does not end up interrupting person Mike. Because Izuku is not mothering. Mothering. Yeah. I think that's how I say it. Don't know. So, yeah. And Deku, no, Deku did not meet Waka. Pretty sure we can, put that together. So, yeah. You know, Prison Mike end up, you know, they're standing at the front of the gate. And Waka's nervous and everything. Deku didn't really see it, so, yeah. As my boy is standing there, Prison Mike is counting down 3, 2, and the gate suddenly open and Izuku just ends up running in. And Prison Mike says, "What are you doing?" Yeah. What are you doing? There are no countdowns in a real villain battle. And everyone ended up rushing in. Anyway. So, as they're rushing in, they see Izuku whacking up massive. He bodying every fucking point he can see, every robot he can see, just bodying them left and right. And teachers are obviously curious about this. All Might, however, is prideful because I don't know whether to give him one for because that just make the story a bit useless because it's already hell overpowered. But anyway, as he is whacking up massive amounts of point, aka bodying all these robots, yeah, he makes massive amounts of points, beating Bakugo in the process. He racked up 105 points. So yeah, he came in first. Anyway, he ended up coming first. So yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna end it. Yeah, well, yeah. Until next time, I guess. Bye. Dragon out.